Jai Gurudev, welcome to Connect with the Divine with Paramahamsa Sri Swami Vishwananda. Paramahamsa Vishwananda is an enlightened, God-realized spiritual master. His mission on earth is to open the hearts of mankind, and through his Bhakti Marga organization, he helps spiritual seekers experience and cultivate a very uniquely personal relationship with God. The Sanskrit word bhakti means love and devotion, and Bhakti Marga is the path of living and loving the divine in daily life. One way to do this is through chanting the name of God. This practice is also known as japam. Chanting is a very simple yet powerful practice that has been used for thousands of years. Ancient saints and yogis have called upon the power of chanting to help calm the mind and to attain higher states of consciousness. Many different spiritual traditions use chanting as a way to connect more intimately with the source of life itself. Chanting the Lord's name invokes His divine presence, and chanting with love helps you to realize Him within your own heart. You will notice that Paramahamsa Vishwananda is using a string of 108 prayer beads called a mala. A mala carries the vibrational energy of the divine name and helps to keep track of the repetitions. Paramahamsa Vishwananda will come online in just a few moments, and when he does, he will invite you to chant along with him for approximately 15 minutes. After the chanting is finished, he will lead everyone in a very short guided meditation to support Mother Earth. Once the meditation is finished, please sit quietly for a few moments to enjoy the effects of your japam. When Paramahamsa Vishwananda comes back online, he will give satsang by answering your spiritual questions and revealing timeless truths to help you rise above the challenges and fears of today's world. It is very rare to have such access to a living master, and it is even more special to have the opportunity to learn directly from him. We hope you enjoy your connection with the divine.
Have you ever looked into the eyes of a spiritual master? Come and experience it for yourself. Look into the eyes of real, unconditional love and let it open your heart. Paramahamsa Sri Swami Vishwananda is a God-realized master who lives in constant union with the divine. He lives at a place in the heart of Europe. It is called the home of the Divine Mother. From here, he is now giving what is called darshan online so that everyone can benefit. Darshan means divine sight, but simple words cannot do justice to the incredible experience of seeing and being seen by him. Look into the eyes of unconditional love and let it open your heart. You can now have your own experience of this divine master from wherever you are. Feel it for yourself and let love return.
long time. So, firstly, I wish you all a happy Radha Ashtami, and let's chant the name of Srimati Radharani today. So, Kumari, Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Shri Radhikaya 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 Radhikaye Namaha, Om Shri 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 Radhikaye Namaha, Shri Radhikaye Namaha, Om 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 Shri Radhikaye Namah, 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 Shri Radhikaye Namah. Now, as we have chanted the name of Srimati Radharani, Radharani symbolizes, she stands for that single-pointed minded devotion and service to the Lord. So let us find that single-pointed minded devotion. Firstly, let our mind be focused on the feet of Srimad Narayana. So I will ask you, close your eyes, concentrate on your third eye, and visualize any deity which you feel close to. Let your mind be absorbed into that image of that deity. And slowly move that image of that deity which you feel close to. Bring that image to each part of your senses. Firstly, started with your right eyes and your left eyes. Let your eyesight be purified by the divine darshan of the Lord. Bring that image to your nose. Let your each breath be purified with His name. Bring the sacred image to your mouth. Let every speech be drenched in the sweetness of His name. Bring the image to your ears. Let your hearing be cleansed. Bring the image to your right hand and left hand. Let your touch be purified. Bring the image in your feet. Let your path be purified. And finally, bring the image to your heart. Feel the warmness and the love which you have inside of you. But each part of your body is sacred. And each part of your body is for His service. Let it radiate His love. Let His love radiate through you. Shine through you. Chant with me. Asato ma sadgamaya Tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityorma amritam gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Jagadev. Firstly, I want to wish all of you a happy and blessed Radha Ashtami tomorrow. The appearance day of Srimati Radharani. Like I said earlier, Srimati Radharani represents that single-pointed minded devotion to Krishna. May by her grace all of you be blessed to have such devotion and love for God and the people. So, Jagopal will ask a question.
Guruji, you often say a devotee should forget about themselves and serve. But I'm constantly thinking about whether I am dear to God and if my relationship with Him is growing. Is this okay, or am I still getting carried away with thinking about myself?
Look, firstly we have to observe ourselves and really get to know what is our relationship with Him and how is our devotion unto Him. But as Lord Krishna said, He can be attained only by single-pointed faith and devotion. In Bhagavatam, He said it in Canto 11, chapter 14, verse 21. He said that only through that single-pointed minded devotion that He can be attained. So, when we see that, when Bhagwan Himself, give a clear understanding of how He can be attained, we have to observe our relationship with Him. And one thing is that we should not compare ourselves, into that. Very often devotees compare themselves. You have to be natural, you have to be who you are, you have to be, because the Lord have created you the way you are. And through you, He remind His relationship to you. And He remind that He loves you the way you are. You don't need to be different. Just love Him. And into that, observe your loving service. When you're rendering your service, knows that He is with you. Each moment, whatever you're doing in your life, it is part of His mission. He's so loving because He wants to be part of your life. Very often people don't want to be part of Him. We rather forget God and attach oneself to the world. Very rare one forget the world and attach themselves to God. You're talking in your question about oneself. Firstly, that self itself is part of Him. He's seated, inside of your heart. Chapter 10, verse 20 of Bhagavad Gita, He said, I am seated in the heart of all being. I am the beginning, the middle, and the end of all being. So if Bhagwan Himself say that, that He is seated within the core of your heart, what is that not clear about? He is that idea, firstly, who have been put inside of you. He is the one which take control and make everything happen, and at the end, everything that disappeared is go back to Him. So He is the beginning, the middle, and the end of everything. Here again you see Bhagwan reminding who He is. And in that context, He's reminding of that eternal self itself, that self is part of Him. And He is the indweller of that. So He presides within that Atma itself. So once you get to know that, once you get to let your mind be really absorbed into that He is not far away there. He's not a God which is seated in a cloud somewhere, but He's the Lord which is seated in a loving relationship within the core of your heart. So He's calling you at each moment to build a relationship with Him. And to know that you are never alone, that He's with you at all time. There was not a single time that you were alone. From the moment you incarnate into this world, throughout, until the end, He is with you. He is the only one which will never criticize you for your mistake. He will never judge you. He said, well, there's endless possibilities. Learn from it and move forward. Take whatever come into your life as a blessing. Of course, when you are going through that, it's quite difficult sometimes. But knowing that He's with you in every moment, you are not alone. This world will come, it will pass. Everything have a time limit. Problem arise, it have a limited time. It will go away. Good things arise, it have a time limit. It will go away. That's why I say don't attach to these things. Attach to Him inside of you. So when you are doing your service, when you are doing your spiritual practice, for whom are you doing that? You're doing for Him. So at each moment, you observe for your mind not to deviate itself, your mind not to run away. You keep your mind centered. You keep your mind focused. It's good to observe. But if you just sit there and compare yourself, then it is difficult. So let your mind be steady. Let your mind be single-pointed. Let your mind be clear of what you want. And note one thing is that Bhagavan, like Plato said itself, behind every chair there's an idea. So I will say behind every single human being there is a divine plan. And He has planned. He's carrying you. He's taking you onto this journey of rediscovering yourself. That's why He come, in the form of Guru, saints, sadhus, He come to remind. Oh, He's come also in the form of experience of life. So to remind you of His relationship with Him. But you can find Him wherever you are, whatever you do. Embrace that idea, firstly, that universal idea that He is with you. You are not alone, That it's not a God that you have to look for Him elsewhere when He's seated inside of your heart. What you have to do is increase the dose of love. Once you increase the dose of love, you will see that love is such a contaminating gift which you have given, but you can only share it. You can't keep it only for yourself.
Dear Guruji, as I keep practicing my sadhana day by day, some strong desires from my past, especially the sexual ones, keep rising up and occupy my mind completely. How can I overcome this?
Well, look, when you take a glass of water, and very often it's a dirty water, muddy water, everything goes down to the bottom. But once new water being put inside, everything starts to rubble itself, and what is down starts awakening up. But that dirty water is still dirty. How much importance you give to that dirty water? Do you want a dirty water or you want clear water? Let's say, by saying that it preoccupied your mind, that means that you let your mind be attached to that muddy water still. So as long as your mind is attached to that muddy water, then it's very difficult. So you said nicely that when you start your sadhana, and whatever is deep inside which is unwanted, these things are not needed. It is there, of course. You're a human being. Time to time, these things will awake. You're not a robot. Even great sages like Vishwamitra and so on has tested into that way. But how much is your focus? How much is your concentration? And one thing is that when you perceive that the sexual desire is awakening, how much importance do you give to that? Life is not just about sex, Life is not just about petty things. How much you don't? I don't know whether you can have sex whole day, And there's a point where it finish also. The point is that enough is enough. So preoccupying, like you said, your mind continuously like that. I think you're just dragging your mind crazy with that. So be aware of this energy. It is there. But don't let your mind dwell upon that. There's better things in this world to let that mind focus upon. And knows one thing, that it is natural that this feeling will awake. Now, so what you have to do is keep your mind busy in doing your japam and really focusing on the feet of Srimanarayana. When the mind is focused, when the mind is really attach itself to the feet of Srimanarayana, it will not give way to unwanted thoughts what awake. But if your mind is wandering around, it will jump like a monkey. Best way into that is to have association of devotee. When you have association of devotee, I'm saying not a devotee which is unstable. I'm talking a devotee which is really focus on their spiritual path and really strong determination. When you get association of your devotee, things change. But it's like, you see, what you're going through in the mind is like a forest fire. When a forest is it's burning, maybe due to because very often forests get burned by themselves, when through friction, through two pieces of wood, with wind and all this stuff, sometimes it generates fire and it starts burning. So here, your mind is preoccupied with the thoughts, some skaras which have been far away, which were dormant and which awake itself. So it starts to burn. So when the forest is burning, it can just wait that somebody will come with water to put it off, or the rain will come, will fall. But when it comes to human being, it's only through the association of devotee that one can really transform this unwanted desire and transcend it and transform it and surrender it to the feet of Bhagwan. So that you said, I am weak, I can't do it myself, but He is with you. When He is with you, you know very well that you are more stronger. More stronger is your faith inside of Him, in Him. More stronger your devotion and your relationship to Him will be. So you see, the mind dwell into the senses, and keep running into the material realm time to time. But if you learn to control the mind and bring it back to where it have to be focused, then there is no worry. The problem is very often when these things happen, people, devotees especially, panic. They start to self-judge themselves, and feel guilty about that. You should not do that. You should just surrender it to the feet of the Lord. And know that when you surrender something, when you give something away, is not yours anymore. So you should disassociate it from you. Just like when you give something to somebody, that thing that you have given to someone is not yours anymore. It belongs to that person which you have given. So if you have given that thoughts and surrender it to the Lord, disassociate yourself with that thought itself. So when you disassociate yourself with that thoughts, then it will dissipate itself. So that's what surrendering that thoughts, unwanted things, to the lotus feet of Bhagwan himself. Jai Gurudev.
Paramahamsa Vishwananda recommends we keep chanting the name of God every day. Just 15 minutes a day will help you to create an oasis of positivity and divinity in your life. We invite you to submit questions and learn more about Paramahamsa Vishwananda and his Bhakti Marga mission by visiting paramahamsavishwananda.com. Thank you for joining us today. Please join us again for another live Connect with the Divine session every Tuesday and Thursday at 5 o'clock Germany time.